Big exciting news to start your Sunday morning as the president pushes to send out stimulus checks right now. This is not right now. This is not 5 weeks from now. This is right now. This is amid news from this channel that there's two other ways you can get money right now. State and local money that's available for you under CARES Act 1 money right now. EIDL available that could land in your bank account within 5 days right now. And the push to executive orders is underway. That could come shortly thereafter, 10 days in your bank account after he signs it into law. Finally, $2,400 for SSI, SSDI, Social Security beneficiaries as an emergency stimulus check. That's right after. And a 20% increase for SSDI and SSI lifetime. That's right after. It's a great Sunday morning. I'm glad you're here. The toast is toasting, and let's get to it. This is Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mornings LALATE. It's Sunday morning. I hope you're good and safe. Wow, what a great day it is. The toast is toast and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and thank you for joining me on an exciting day in which the president says to send out stimulus checks right now. Congress would likely do it right after because they have to get it done now in order to win that Georgia Senate seat. They can't wait around. But I got money for you right now that has nothing to do with Congress. Incredible great news to start the Sunday morning. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. Go to the first channel, subscribe, because we're going live, we're going tape. There's breaking news every minute of the day, and I'm delivering to you by the minute as it comes in. Moreover, also like this video. Liking the video helps the video appear higher in the rankings. In this video, I have so much to cover. First, the new COVID number of cases announced overnight, shockingly high. Second, lockdowns and curfews being announced worldwide and especially across the United States. Third, the president concedes that the election results are finalized. Next, what could happen next week with the Senate and Mitch? Finally, money right now, not right after, not right thereafter, money right now. I'll be going over money right now, money right after, and money thereafter that you can get with this channel. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that there's money right now you can get right now. It has nothing to do with Congress, it has nothing to do with Mitch or Nancy. And there's three types of money you can get right now. First, you can get CARES Act 1 money that is currently in your city or county that was dedicated in March. These cities and counties have to use this money right now and have to have you get it right now, or it goes back to the federal government. The way you find this money is you go on Google News and look for CARES Act plus your city plus grant. You can also look for the name of your county. Now, if you don't find something today, look again tomorrow. They'll be announced by the minute. They're being rolled out across the nation just in the last few days because they have to use the money or lose the money. Again, that's on Google News, not Google Web, and it's CARES Act 1 money, $150 billion of it, that is being apportioned for stimulus checks, hazard pay, rent, food, all wonderful things that you need right now. Qualifies for all individuals of this channel, SSDI, SSI, Social Security beneficiaries, small business owners, individuals, Uber, Lyft drivers. Everyone would qualify for one or more of these provisions. Categorically incredible. Next, EIDL. EIDL is still live. Yes, can you imagine? It's still live, and I'm still live. EIDL from SBA.gov. Again, that's SBA.gov. Go on there if you're an independent contractor or a sole practitioner or anyone like an Uber or Lyft or a Grubhub or Postmates, Airbnb, self-contractor, self-plumber, electrician, anything that you do yourself. How do you know you qualify? Well, it's very simple. First, you have to have 2019 earnings. Okay, that's pretty easy. Next, you have to have a Schedule C that declares your earnings separately, so they understand the federal government, it's your earnings as an independent, not as a W-2. If you're a W-2, this is not for you. If you are an independent contractor, sole practitioner, this is for you. Next, you don't have to have a 1099. If most people do not get a 1099 for Uber and Lyft, so you don't have to have a 1099. All you have to have is a Schedule C on your 2019 tax return. You go to that Schedule C, you look at line 1. Line 1 lists your revenue. For example, if you're an Uber Lyft driver, you may have made about $6,000 last year. You then look at line 2. Line 2 will say the amount that it cost you to do that job last year. It's called cost of goods sold or cost of revenue sold. It's generally 0 for some people. So you take the number of the first line minus the second line and divide it by 2. And that's how much SBA would give to you in about 5 days. 6,000 minus 0 is 6,000. Divided by 2, $3,000 in your bank account within about 5 days. It's categorically incredible. Now, first, it's free money for the first year. What's important to understand is that as we sit here in November, you would have to pay nothing on the money from now to a year from now. And then after a year from now, starting in December 2021, you would start paying it back over 30-something years. You know how small the payments are back on 30-something years? About $10 a year or something. It's literally nothing. Go to sba.gov and we'll look for emergency economic EIDL. Economic disaster injury. Look for it and it's right there. Next, if you are worried about your credit score, SBA uses Experian Vantage 3.0. It's the only benchmark they use. They don't use anyone else but Experian Vantage 3.0. You go on the Experian app for free to look up your score. It must be about 570 or higher. If it's not, you can do the Experian Boost, which is free, and it raises your Experian Vantage score within about 24 to 48 hours for about 25 points, and that you're done. Absolutely incredible. If you need questions additionally about this, tune into Purple Power Live every day here at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 6 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I answer your questions about this. Third, there is an additional sum of money you can get right now. The third type of money you can get right now is an unemployment raise of your base level. What I often call as an escalated benefit of unemployment. Most people don't know that they qualify for more unemployment benefits than they currently receive. If you're on unemployment, this is what you need to do. You need to pull out your 2019 tax return and look at how much money you made on there. If you made over about $19,000, 19 last year, you need to do this. If you made over $30,000, you categorically have to do this. Let me explain what goes on. Every state has a base level benefits that they start you on. I'm not talking about FPUC, I'm talking about UI and PUA. California, the base level is $167. Most states is about $100, $150, $90 approximately per week. That's what they start you on. Did you know that your state goes up to $300 to $400 or $500 a week? Yes. What is that? That's called the maximum benefits they pay out per week. Well, how does someone get the maximum benefits? You get it generally based upon if you're the benchmark generally is about $30,000 2019. So if you look at your 2019 earnings statement and you made about $30,000, you may already be at the highest level, the maximum level. And then anyone in between, you would get somewhere in between. So California, you start at 167, you go up to $300 something. Well, you could raise it to 180 or 190 or 200. You may not get all the way up to 300 if you didn't make 30,000 approximately last year. But this is what's incredible about this, categorically incredible about this, is that it's retroactive. Yes, so you can get this all the way back to March. So let's do the math. It's been about March, if that's the day at which you certify for benefits. Most of my viewers of this channel went on unemployment in some regard back in March. That's your date of certification. If that's the date of certification, let's use an example for that. That's been 30-something weeks to now. Let's say you raise your unemployment benefits by $100. Then you're going to get $3,000 retroactively right now in your bank account. This is absolutely incredible. The way you do this is you pull your 2019 tax return, you look at the number, you get a scanned copy of it, you send it to your state unemployment office through their portal or by email. If they don't have either, you send it by U.S. mail, priority mail, and you get the ball rolling, and this would land in your bank account right now. All right, let's go to right after. What could happen right after money? This is money that could come to you starting next week, potentially. First, Mitch McConnell has to pass a stimulus package right now, and so does the Democrats. What's going on? Well, that Georgia Senate race in January, on January 5th, would determine the balance of power in the Senate. 2 seats at issue, and one has to be won by the Republicans to hold control of the Senate. But the Democrats have to take 2 to win control of the Senate. So why is this categorically important right now? Because no one in their right mind would go into a January runoff election with no stimulus package. They're going to blame the other side, say, hey, they didn't give you a stimulus package, vote for us. We did try to do something. And it's not try to do something, it's actually receive it. So Mitch McConnell's under fire right now to do a stimulus package right next week because there's a fear that the Republicans will lose those seats if he doesn't get a stimulus package. Next, what else is right after? Well, right after is a presidential executive order, that CARES Act 1 money, that $800 billion that is sitting there that the president can repurpose as a stimulus check right now. The president can do this right now, right today, with a pen and paper. How soon would you get this? In about 10 days thereafter. You see how quickly my right after is? My right after is not 5 months from now. It's 10 days from now. EIDL, you can get in 5 days. Your unemployment boost, you can get, sometimes within 24 to 48 hours. This is 10 days from now. So this is right after. Right after the president can do executive orders, and you would receive the money within 10 days from the day in which he signs it. First, he can do it by stimulus check. 2, he can do it for FPUC. 3, he can do it for unemployment. He could do it for eviction moratorium. It doesn't cost any money. And 4, he could do it for mortgage forbearance. Let me go over all 4 of them right now. First, he has enough money at SBA to do either a total stimulus check of $5,000 or less of a stimulus check, let's say $4,000, and leave some money for FPUC. I would prefer him to do a total stimulus check. I think it's a simpler message. But here's a catch. If he did the second part for FPUC, he doesn't have to write another executive order. He has one. It's called LWA. All he has to do is call up the agency, say, hey, this is me, and repurpose that money and send it out. He already has an executive order that created LWA months ago. Next, he can do an eviction moratorium for $0. It doesn't cost any money. All he has to do is go to pen and paper and say, you know that eviction moratorium I wrote before that expires in December? Let's expire it now in March. I'm going to change it I'm going to change my executive order right now. Next, he can do right now a change of the mortgage forbearance rule that says you cannot be foreclosed upon anytime between now and December. He wrote the executive order. He can change it right now. And that change could effectuate it to whatever date he wants, let's say March. So you would be protected that you're not evicted, you're not foreclosed upon, and then you can get a stimulus check as well. This is right now or right after. All right, what is shortly thereafter, right thereafter? Well, Mitch McConnell is under fire to get that stimulus deal done. And Mitch McConnell can do other things on top of what I just said to you right now. He can do a stimulus package right thereafter and get that done. And if he did it and got agreement from the Democrats, it would go to the president and the president would sign it. You would get the money 10 days thereafter. It takes about 2 days for something to become a law, and then 10 days thereafter. So it's about 2 more days longer than the thing that I said right before. Finally, what's right thereafter a little bit more? Well, Joe Biden has proposed incredible stimulus for you right now. First, $10,000 for hazard pay. Next, $50,000 stimulus check grant. Next, a $10,000 stimulus grant check. Next, a $2,400 stimulus grant check for my SSDI, SSI, and Social Security Railroad benefits that would come every month, in part $200 a month until you got to $2,400 or $4,000. This is categorically incredible relief that my SSDI, SSI, Social Security beneficiaries need. It would go all the way through the pandemic and end in December 2021. But we're not done right there. Right thereafter is a proposed 20% increase in your Social Security railroad benefit beneficiaries all the way until lifetime. Yes, this is incredible. This is proposed to be passed shortly thereafter and to carry you all the way lifetime. Finally, one last increase, as if we're not done with that yet. Joe Biden proposes to have the benchmark by which your benefits are increased each year to no longer be tied to COLA. So the result is that it would be tied to another benchmark that increases it more every year. Wow. That's a lot of stuff in just 15 minutes. So let me recap all this incredible great news. Money you can get right now. First, CARES Act 1 grant money, sitting in your city and county. Find it on Google News. Second, EIDL. If you are an independent contractor, sole practitioner, anyone that works in a capacity other than a W-2. This is right now money because you can get it in about 3 days. I've gotten viewers to get that money that fast. Next, also right now, increasing your unemployment benefits based upon your 2019 earnings from where it is base level to a higher level or perhaps maximum level benefits. It's retroactive. And if you've been on unemployment for 20, 30 weeks, it could be thousands of dollars. That's right now. Finally, next, right thereafter, is a potential stimulus check by executive order next week, and also eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and LWA 2.0. A Mitch McConnell passage of stimulus relief to ensure that the Republicans don't lose the Senate seats in Georgia. And finally, right thereafter, which would be about a week or two thereafter, or shortly into January, would be an SSDI $2,400 stimulus check increase, which could come even earlier than that if they did it less time frame into the future, and then in January they extend it further thereafter. It's all incredibly important news, and it's all incredibly great news for you because you can get this money right now. Coming up at 12 noon on this channel is Holidays LA, in which I give about a 10-minute update about anything that has happened in today. And then at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time is the start of Afternoons LA, a 2-hour programming block with a lot of breaking news, followed by Evenings LA, which features Purple Power Live, and Evenings Check, which yesterday I think went almost to 90,000 views. Finally, minutes ago, it is now believed that the president has admitted the election results are finalized, but he says the election was rigged. For now, it seems that we may be moving forward with him admitting that the results are finalized, but not that he believes that the results were fair. At that point, there's push and more push for us to do executive orders. If you have questions or comments in today's video, drop them in the comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Also, like this video. And thank you for tuning in to Early Mornings LA earlier today. It was a lot of blast and a lot of fun. And thank you for joining every day. Coming up next is Holidays LA. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more.